हेलो एवरीबॉडी, आप सबका एक बार फिर स्वागत है इंडिया स्पोर्ट्स न्यूज़ पे। और आज मेरे साथ एक खास मेहमान है। इनका तारुफ मैं करा दूं। इनका नाम है नानकी चड्ढा। ये एक नोटेड स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजिस्ट हैं और ये फाउंडर भी हैं इंडियन स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजिस्ट एसोसिएशन के। नानकी जी, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया फॉर ज्वाइनिंग विद अस इंडिया स्पोर्ट्स न्यूज़ पे।
Thank you for asking me to join. It's my pleasure.
नानकी जी, मैं जानना चाहता था आपसे कि हाल फिलहाल में ओलंपिक्स हुआ है, बहुत कुछ हुआ है स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन्स को लेकर। यू डील विद स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन्स एंड देयर मेंटल हेल्थ। पर एक चीज, एक खबर जो सबको मतलब हिला दिया, जिसने सबको, जिस खबर ने, वो थी खबर इंग्लैंड के फॉर्मर क्रिकेटर ग्राहम थॉर्प को लेकर। काफी वक्त से उनके मेंटल हेल्थ को लेकर अटकलें लगाई जा रही थी। He even took a long break during his playing career in 2002 to deal with family issues, mental health issues. पर अब जो खबरें आ रही है कि वो ट्रेन के सामने आ गए थे और उन्होंने अपनी जान ली। किस तरह से देखते हैं आप इस खबर को, क्योंकि ये एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट खबर है फॉर स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन्स अराउंड द वर्ल्ड।
पहली बात तो बहुत सैड न्यूज़ है. It's unfortunate that he died by suicide. And he was one of the renowned cricketers and was known to be extremely mentally strong on ground. बट हमें ये ध्यान रखना है कि जो क्रिकेटर्स होते हैं या जो एथलीट्स होते हैं ऑन ग्राउंड, जब वो परफॉर्म कर रहे होते हैं, मीडिया के सामने होते हैं, बात कर रहे होते हैं, they come across as being very strong, being in control often of their emotions. But अंदर क्या हो रहा है, उनके माइंड क्या चल रहा है, वो विजिबल नहीं है, वो हम देख नहीं सकते. There's a constant battle going on. And in the current case, where he died due to suicide, there, I don't know the in depth of it in terms of what was going on in his mind, uh, what were the challenges he was facing. But हमें ये ध्यान रखना है कि जब कोई अपनी जान लेता है सुसाइड करके, उसका एक कारण कोई नहीं होता, एक दो कारण हो सकते हैं. Can be relationship issues, financial issues, apart from the demand of the sport as well. So on ground and off ground, what's really going on, dono ka combination can result in somebody feeling extremely low down, the pressure. And जैसे आपने कहा है, ये न्यूज़ था कि वो काफी वक्त तक बैटल कर रहे थे. तो support kitna help kara, how regular was his support. So there are lots of questions that arise, why wasn't he able to tackle his depression and anxiety effectively. But it is unfortunate, but this also throws weight and shadow on the importance of mental health within sport,
मैं ये
if I
जानना
say
चाहता
so.
था कि ग्राहम थॉर्प was from a, टेक्निकली स्पीकिंग, फ्रॉम अ फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड कंट्री, एंड उनकी जो सपोर्ट सिस्टम है एथलीट्स को लेकर, क्रिकेटर्स को लेकर, जो भी है, वो बहुत बढ़िया है, स्पेशली टू डील विद मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज. इफ समथिंग लाइक दिस कैन हैपन टू अ क्रिकेटर और एन एथलीट फ्रॉम अ फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड कंट्री, imagine what the gap could be, say, in a developing country. Am I right in understanding the yawning gap then?
I completely agree with you. There is a major gap. जो आपने बोला है कि first world countries में awareness है. There's I think every team has a sports psychologist working with the athletes, and even in the news. Correct me if I'm wrong. Therapy जा रहे हैं, support सीख रहे हैं कि family ने जो articles में बोला है. But coming to a country where there's not much awareness, let's take India. Now, of course, we are talking about mental health. And in the last few years, बहुत सारे cricketers हैं, Indian specifically cricketers हैं जिन्होंने mental health के बारे में बात करी है. जैसे विराट कोहली हो गए, अश्विन, mental health के. So now Indian athletes भी बाहर आ रहे हैं, बात कर रहे हैं कि importance of mental health. We had Paddy Upton with the Indian cricket team. Now he's with the Indian hockey team. So we are talking more about it. हम ज़्यादा बात कर रहे हैं, अब ओपन हो रहे हैं, बट स्टिल स्टिग्मा बहुत अटैच्ड है.
तो कैसे ब्रेक किया जाए
एंड हाउ
स्टिग्मा?
मेनी एथलीट्स, stigma, I think, will take time, will over time break. Changing the mindset around what mental health is. हमें अपना नजरिया बदलना पड़ेगा कि mental health. Actually, if you see, the word is mental health. word mental health है. But कहीं पे भी हम किसी भी आर्टिकल में या किसी भी न्यूज़पेपर में अगर हम देखें, हम अपने दिमाग में कि वो पागल है या कोई प्रॉब्लम है. But the word is mental health, like physical health. But our perception of viewing mental health is a lot with there is an issue. Actually, that's not always correct. We live in a very competitive environment. Sporting environment is very, very competitive. अगर हम देखें एथलीट्स के ऊपर बहुत प्रेशर होता है, कांस्टेंट प्रेशर होता है परफॉर्मेंस का, कि परफॉर्म करना है. मीडिया हो गई, स्पेक्टेटर्स हो गए, जहाँ पे इम्फोसिस है कि जीतना ही जीतना है. अगर नहीं जीतेंगे तो एथलीट्स अच्छे athletes हैं नहीं. They can't perform. So I think we need to break the stigma that athletes are also human beings, like you and me. Mental health is something, and depression, anxiety is something. It can impact anyone. So we need to break the stigma around mental health. That's mental health. We are there to help the athletes deal with the pressure, not only related to sport, but outside the sporting environment as well. And to look after themselves in a more effective manner. And it's not necessarily that you go to a specialist जब प्रॉब्लम हो. आप साइकोलॉजिस्ट के पास जा रहे हो कि आप एक सर्टेन लेवल तक पहुंच चुके हो, आप कैसे आगे और इम्प्रूव कर सकते हो. So I think conversations, having those more conversations, making people more aware, and like I said, we have some famous cricketers जिन्होंने बात करनी शुरू कर ली है. बट जितने ज्यादा एथलीट्स, प्रोमिनेंट पर्सनालिटीज बाहर आएंगे, इस बारे में बात करेंगे, that will also help us break the stigma, I personally feel.
डॉक्टर साहब, और एक चीज है कि ग्राहम थॉर्प के बारे में मैं और एक चीज पढ़ रहा था कि प्लेइंग डेज में भी ही हैड सुइसाइडल टेंडेंसी, सो इट्स बीन गोइंग ऑन फॉर लाइक 15-20 years, which means that he's been carrying something inside him for a very long time.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And मैं इसके बारे में ज़्यादा डिटेल में कमेंट नहीं कर सकती बिकॉज मेरे को उनकी पास्ट हिस्ट्री का पता नहीं है, सपोर्ट. बट आई एम श्योर he must be seeking the right therapy, must be going to the psychiatrist because it's a clinical issue also. So extreme level of depression, anxiety is clinical. So not sure whether he was on medication. क्या उन्होंने अपनी medication बंद कर दी थी? क्या रेगुलर थे उनके साथ? So there's a lot of background information that we don't know in this case, but it's definitely a case of mental health within sports. It can be एक और mental health issue that athletes faces when they are towards the end of their sporting career, post retirement. That because your sport gives you that identity. आप हमेशा इतने सालों से स्पोर्ट्स खेल रहे हैं, आपका लाइफ का पर्पस है स्पोर्ट्स खेलना. आप जैसे स्पोर्ट्स खेलना बंद कर देते हैं, समवेयर आप लॉस्ट फील करते हैं कि अब क्या, व्हाट नेक्स्ट इन लाइफ, अब क्या करूं. So that can also be a reason of depression, post retirement depression, losing purpose in life, sense of purpose. तो जैसे मैंने इंटरव्यू के पहले कहा कि इसका एक रीजन नहीं है पिन पॉइंट करने का. There can be multiple reasons that actually resulted in extreme depression and anxiety and made him take that step. And just one last point here. When an athlete or anyone takes that step, at that point in time, they feel that's the most rational decision they can take. उस टाइम उनके दिमाग में background, their family, they can't think that clearly. For them, that's the most easy and logical way to solve their problems or to get rid of their problems.
ग्राहम थॉर्प से दूर हटकर मैं पेरिस में अगर आऊँ, इंडिया के काफ़ी सारे एथलीट्स जो है थे। एक एक नाम जो मेरे ज़हन में आ रहा है, विनेश फोगट। हम सबको पता है उनके साथ क्या हो रहा है। क्या गुज़र रहा होगा उनके ज़हन में इस वक़्त आपके हिसाब से? या चल रहा है इतने दिनों से?
I think it's very unfortunate what happened, and of course, heartbreaking for all of us, but especially for her.
हुँ,
So I think can't really imagine what she must be going through.
हुँ,
Um, but of course, I feel कि mixed emotions से वो गुजर रही होंगी, and उन्होंने
हुँ,
उसके बाद अपना retirement भी announce कर दिया. So that's a
हुँ,
big decision
हुँ,
to take. So
हुँ,
I personally feel she would be going through mixed emotions,
हुँ।
disappointment, sadness, anger, frustration.
हुँ।
So I feel that might be the case with her right now, and still trying to um, make sense and come to terms with what exactly happened.
और बाकी जो एथलीट्स हैं हु फिनिश्ड फोर्थ एंड नैरोली मिस्ड आउट ऑन अ मेडल, is it very easy to look at it as glass half empty rather than glass half full?
I would say in sports, of course, it's brutal. I would say it's a competitive environment, and especially if we see Olympics, um, our athletes go there, they work very extremely hard throughout the year to firstly qualify for the Olympics, and then once qualified to prepare themselves for one of the biggest events. Um, I personally feel at that juncture, they are not only dealing with the performance pressure, but they are also carrying the weight of the entire country, the pride of the entire country. And in India, we are a population of 1.7 billion people. So it's not only carrying the weight of performance, wanting to win a medal, but also the dreams and aspirations and expectations that we all have from that one athlete. So I feel it's extreme pressure. Media, the coverage that they get in media. I don't think anyone experiences it in their day-to-day sporting lives. So of course the stakes are higher. The margin of error is negligible in that case. So I think it's also the perception of the athletes. I don't think I can make a definite answer, but I would definitely see it as glass half full, because I would give them just being out there giving their 100%, because I don't believe that athletes will be at that platform and not fight for the medal. I think they put in years and years of hard work to go there and just play up to their full ability.
One final question that I have is uh, related but unrelated. You can choose not to answer it if required. Is with regards to the Algerian boxer जिसके जेंडर को लेकर सवाल उठाए गए थे. That also can border. Correct me if I'm wrong on mental health issue as well, because she will have to face that at the back of her mind whenever she is entering a ring and uh, uh, taking on some opponent. How did you look at that whole controversy that erupted?
To be very honest, it is debatable, and I won't go into the details of it. But talking about it from a psychological perspective, mental health perspective, like I mentioned, when the athlete is at the Olympics, there's so much going on, the pressure going on to perform, expectations of others. And imagine another issue being brought up when you won the fight and your winning being questioned. So, for sure, that can impact an athlete mentally. It's not easy. And we did see that how the athlete reacted afterwards, breaking down, and her reaction with the media, interaction with the media. So I definitely feel that is a factor that can impact her. बिकॉज अब हर इंटरव्यू में या गोइंग फॉरवर्ड वो चीज रहेगी. इट कैन बी क्वेश्चन unless, again, like I said, unless uh, the investigation's done and we actually put this speculation and this rumor to rest and issue a statement making an apology to her so that she feels right has been done by her, stood by her, that support. So I feel at this point, जब athlete इस situation में होता है and support नहीं होता, तो it's very very hard to deal with it all by yourself. अकेलापन महसूस हो सकता है.
डॉक्टर नानकी, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, आपने अपना कीमती वक्त दिया, हमसे बात किया आज इस इश्यू पे. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपसे. हम चाहेंगे कि आप अपने तरफ से अगर किसी को कुछ कहना चाहते हैं, हाउ दे कैन रीच आउट टू, इज देयर अ हेल्पलाइन या कुछ उस तरह से है तो बता दीजिए, हम उसको उसके बारे में भी लोगों को खबर पहुंचाना चाहेंगे. कोई हेल्पलाइन है कोई स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन के लिए या उस तरह से कुछ?
No, definitely. Firstly, thank you. ये questions पूछने के लिए and discussion के लिए, I think बहुत important है, and I think this is the first step to start breaking the stigma, having these conversations more often. So thank you very much for providing me with this opportunity. Helpline numbers, I personally feel किसी को भी अगर कोई तकलीफ हो रही हो, mentally problem हो रही हो, there are enough helplines which they can find online. This is for regular mental health issues. Specifically, sports people के लिए, I don't think कोई, at least I'm not aware of any specific helpline number specifically for athletes. But yes, there are different foundations like we have OGQ, Go Sports, JSW. They all have sports psychologists affiliated with them. We can reach out to them. INSPA, our organization, people can reach out to INSPA, our organization, and we can put them in touch with qualified sports psychologists. And in your own regions, if you Google, that's somehow athletes can find sports psychologists near them.
थैंक्स अ लॉट डॉक्टर नानकी, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए.
My pleasure.
थैंक यू.